Hey, it's Meg. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a little while, hasn't it? I hope you're doing well. Junk Journal July was so much fun, but I'll be real with you guys, it was a lot. Like, filming every day, keeping up with the challenge, pushed me creatively, but I just really needed that break. So thank you for allowing me the space to take a little bit of a break. I hope you enjoyed the challenge, and I've finally decided that I wanted to start getting back into my junk journal, especially after a bit of a break from it. It's quite nice to start afresh, so I have a brand new junk journal here. I'm using a passport size notebook, so I recently got a Travelers Company Travelers notebook in passport size, which is super duper dinky. It's smaller than A6, and I'm used to working in a small size, but I really wanted to try out this size because it's not one that I have used before. It's kind of similar to A6, so I feel like it's not too far out of my comfort zone, but it's just something that I wanted to try. And I think when I was thinking about, gearing up again to do some junk journaling, I wanted to try something a bit different. I have been pottering around in just my regular journal, so I'm not sure if I've mentioned it on here before. So I have my junk journals, and I do sometimes get a lot of questions about why I don't do like loads of writing in my journals and things like that, and that's because I have like a separate journal that I use, and it's something that I quite like to keep to myself. Don't get me wrong, I love to share the journals that I do here on YouTube and Instagram and things like that, but it's quite nice also to have a creative space just for myself. Sometimes I do share little sneak peeks on my Instagram, but it's just really nice to have that creative freedom without any pressure, and I feel like I don't censor myself as much. So my junk journals are a lot more art journally and just my space to play, and I do a lot of collaging because that's just what I enjoy. I find it quite fun, adding different bits of paper, doing the sewing, adding mixed media elements. It's just something that I personally really enjoy, and I hope that you enjoy joining me as well. I really love sharing these journal with me's and showing you a bit of my creative process. I think it's really fun to share different ideas with junk journaling. And this journal, by the way, is just a simple figure of 8 binding, just one signature. Super simple. I do have a video on my channel that just kind of shows you how to make this journal, but it's really easy, and all I use to bind it is different scrap papers really. So there's everything from tea dye papers, brown paper packaging, I have some tissue paper in there as well, some book pages, lots of different things that I can use and respond to. The first page that I included in this journal was actually kind of a bit of a tracing paper vellum type material. I think it was more tracing paper than vellum actually, because it was a little bit thinner than vellum. Vellum's usually a little bit thicker, and I thought that this would just be interesting because I've used it a lot during Junk Journal July. You would have seen where I included various different vellum pages, and that really pushed me to try out different ways of using the vellum, so I wasn't using it the same each day. And I think the odd vellum page or like transparent element is quite fun, so I just decided to do that for the first one. And it's fun to play with layered elements, especially how the book paper that I glued on the other side of this page shows through, and then drawing on top of it with the white pen kind of unifies it with this page. So I don't really plan what I'm gonna do with my journal pages. This is just a result of me kind of picking up different things and almost asking the question, what if? So I feel like if you are feeling stuck and you maybe don't know what to do in your journal, so maybe you've just started one, or you haven't journaled for a while, so maybe you're a bit like me, you haven't really done a lot of junk journaling since the Junk Journal July challenge, I find a really good way to get past that and overcome that block almost is to ask yourself what if and remove any expectations and perfectionism, which I know is far easier said than done, but the what if is seeing anything on your desk. So maybe it's as simple as a pink pen, for example, and maybe you don't use pink a lot in your journal. Maybe it's like a super duper hot pink. It's the most garish pen you've ever owned. You're not really quite sure why you bought it because you don't really like pink. Point is, ask yourself what if and just add it to the page. There are only going to be two outcomes of this. Either what you do, you are surprised and you really like, and you carry on with your journal page. Maybe it even gives you an idea for something new for your journal page that you hadn't thought of before. Maybe it sparks a new idea. The alternative is you think, I really wish I hadn't added that pink pen to this journal page. In which case, grab some scrap paper, cover it up, and push yourself creatively to think of ways that you can either incorporate it or cover it up in your journal page. And if you really, really, really don't like the journal page that you are creating, then you're in luck, because chances are there's a brand new page when you turn the page of your journal and you can start all over again. I think there's so much pressure that we put on ourselves for everything to be perfect the first time round. And I'm a big believer in, if it's not going well, you either power through it, and chances are you'll come up with something that you wouldn't have thought of anyway, or you just move on to a new page, because not everything is going to be perfect. You're not going to like everything that you do. It's all about what you learn. And that is something I really tried to embrace during the journal challenge. So I hope this encourages you to maybe do some journaling, especially if you have fallen out of the habit or you haven't done it for a while. Once you get back into it, you really do get into your groove, as evidenced by the fact that here I am working on my third journal page, which I wasn't expecting to do. I wanted to just sit down and do that first page, but once I started, things just started flowing, and before I knew it, I had created 3 pages, and it was just so nice to get back into doing some collaging, doing that slow stitching. It's just so therapeutic, and honestly, people even ask what is the point? But it's just fun for me, and I just really enjoy it as a creative outlet and expression. And so I hope that you can maybe find some joy in journaling today. So I hope you enjoyed joining me for this journal with me. I know it's been a while, so thank you for joining me. If you've made it this far, let me know down in the comments maybe what you've been working on recently. I would love to know. Maybe any creative projects. It doesn't even have to be art journaling. I love hearing about everyone's different crafty projects. I've been doing a lot of crochet recently. I'm currently making a big snuggly blanket, lots of different colours. If you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen me sharing photos of that. So yeah, let me know what you're working on. I'm looking forward to creating more in this passport journal. I think I'm going to make this my little passport junk journal series. Not a very good name for it. Maybe I'll come up with something for it, but I'm really enjoying working in this, so I hope you enjoy following along with me too. So thank you again so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you guys very soon in the next one. Bye guys!